Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Funhaus. You good?
Marvel puzzle.
You ready?
I didn't know we started.
It's okay.
We didn't clap sync.
We don't have to quite yet. You want to do it now?
Yeah. 1, 2.
There we go. Movie production, because we're talking about movie production today here
We always
on
do.
the podcast.
Yeah, it was a good tie-in.
Yeah,
Except when it's Invader Zim.
Well, then that was television production.
I have
Made for TV movie.
I have all sorts of things to talk about.
Okay.
Before we get to that, I do want to remind you this episode is brought to you by Mac Weldon, our fine sponsor. We'll be talking more about them later in the show. But first, let's go to our celebrity deaths of the week.
No.
We obviously have to pre-record these, so this is old by now. And many celebrities may have died already, but Charlie Murphy...
You should have done predictive celebrity deaths.
Well, Charlie Murphy's dead, and, you know, we all know what he did.
Uh-huh.
Chappelle Show.
Which is a TV show.
Anything else?
He was a comedian for years.
Yeah.
Any movies? Here on Funhaus?
Constantly living in the shadow of his brother who was in movies.
There we go.
He may have been in a Beverly Hills Cop here and there.
Charlie Murphy had to have been in a movie of some sort, right?
Like accidentally
Maybe.
walked onto a set.
Yeah. Said, oops,
Just smoking,
ooh,
going.
those cameras are big. I gotta go to the smaller set. No. Oh, who's gonna die then while we're on the road?
Richard Attenborough.
The famous movie star, Richard Attenborough.
Come on, Jurassic Park.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Well, we're just saying celebrity death.
Oh,
so
yeah.
who's overdue for this?
Yeah, who does a lot of drugs?
Who does a lot
Hugh
of
Hefner
drugs?
is old.
Hugh Hefner's old, yeah, that's true.
Betty White will never die.
Lindsay Lohan. I'm saying it right now.
You
Production.
think she's gonna die? I thought she got clean.
In the next week and a half, Lindsay Lohan's gonna die.
Interesting. Okay,
Got it.
fair enough. Well,
Oliver Platt.
Lindsay Lohan and all. Well, he's already dead.
No,
he's not.
He's in Fargo, or he was in Fargo.
He just looks like the doctor from Simpsons who's dead.
No. Oliver Platt's alive?
yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Where
in
he died of a
Fargo.
cocaine.
The season 1 of Fargo.
Of a cocaine thing.
Cocaine overdose.
No.
He was a Three Musketeer.
Cocaine overdoses doesn't exist. That's a myth.
Okay. Anyway, Oliver Platt and Lindsay Lohan, you will be missed. Roll the montage.
I love you, buddies.
Are you gonna cut a montage for this?
If the editor chooses to do
Oh, yeah.
so.
I don't think they will.
I don't know. They got time. Why not? Anyway, Bruce and I saw The Fate of the Furious over the weekend.
We did.
Against our will?
No,
I don't know.
not really.
Maybe.
For some reason, Bethany and Nadia and obviously Lawrence were really excited about this movie, and so they bought us tickets for it.
It is strange. I haven't paid Lawrence back.
I was gonna say I remember Adam specifically in the office. I didn't go with you guys, but I remember Adam in the office going, "Lawrence, can you buy my ticket? I'll pay you back."
I do remember that.
So
yeah.
no one twisted your arm,
No, he didn't.
Adam.
At all. And, well, I just wanted to be included, you
Was
know.
this your favorite part when they were driving?
So here's a problem with Fate of the Furious. If you've seen the trailer, you have seen the movie.
You've seen you've literally seen everything.
Other than the one twist.
Is there a twist?
Well, hey,
what twist are you talking about?
Spoiler-filled podcast here.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Heads up, James. It's okay if we spoil
You can
this
do
for
you can do
You
the
don't
first
care?
just do the first 15 minutes without spoilers, and then do the second 15 minutes with spoilers.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, real
And
quick,
I don't care.
Yeah.
some info on the movie
cares?
for those who are interested. The movie itself cost $250,000 to make.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty
lot of
big.
cars.
It's a
That's
pretty
a lot
big
of money.
production budget.
That's a lot of money.
When you factor in that each one has a K&N air filter inside, that
And,
blows that head up.
The movie itself domestically made $107 million over the weekend. It's probably more than that
Kind
now.
of middling, not so
Not
great.
so much, but worldwide,
There you
$437
go.
million,
There it is.
bringing it to a total of $544.
There it
They made $500 million in a weekend.
Yep. Oh boy. So it turns
Doing a
out
lot more of these.
Paul Walker was not the secret sauce. It looks like
we just confirmed that Paul Walker didn't matter.
By the way, spoiler: he's not in the movie. They refer to him, but he is never in the movie. They
Briefly.
don't show CG face or anything.
Not at the end even.
Nothing.
no, he's referenced once.
You
where
stayed
they-
through the whole credits.
No.
There was there
That's true.
a
He could have been in at the. He could have. Thanks again, Rock.
I thought it was just gonna be. It's just gonna show like a road or something, and they're like, "Ready, go!" And then 2 cars speed off, and then a corpse just gets.
Oh, jeez.
and action on Paul.
Oh, now,
It's just a skeleton.
man, it's really easy. We're gonna be the dead ones next week.
Yeah, it might
Hey.
happen.
How big the rock is.
Yeah, local homosexuals die in bus accidents. Like, why do they always say we're
Yeah,
homosexuals?
why'd they put homosexuals in
I guess
title?
they saw one of our live shows. So, yeah, hey, congratulations to the Fate of the Furious. Missed opportunity to call it Fate. Fun facts, in Japan, the movie is referred to as Wild Speed Icebreak.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's pretty neat.
Going down the list from the first movie to the eighth, It's Wild Speed X2, Wild Speed X3 Tokyo Drift, Wild Speed Max, Wild Speed Mega Max, Wild Speed Euro Mission, and Wild Speed Sky Mission.
Those are way better.
Those are actually better.
Because we're always in the office. We're like, which is the one with the Brazil safe? But if it was just called Wild Speed Brazil safe,
yeah, we would know.
Then you'd know which one it is, or Wild Speed launch car.
Why they didn't call it so Euro Mission and Sky Mission. I feel like this should have been like Wild Speed Ice Mission. But
Well, Icebreaker.
They did Ice Break.
Icebreak, yeah.
Icebreak.
Because
See,
of this. Because all they did was watch the trailer.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. That's what it is. They named it after the trailer, and that was it.
Hey, I mean,
I think
Japan's,
that's a good way to name movies.
they need a way for them to figure out how to sell this movie in Japan because, I mean, The Rock's not doing it, right? He's not big
How
there.
dare you?
Yeah, he's absolutely the one bringing
He's the
in.
biggest star in the
Really?
world.
He is the biggest.
Who's
probably the biggest.
Japan going to the theaters for?
The Rock.
The
Not
Rock,
Vin
you think?
Diesel?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's gotta-
absolutely.
he's
I
gotta
think
be,
The Rock
yeah.
is currently right now the biggest star in the world.
I think it was Michelle Rodriguez.
I
think
forgot she even was alive until I saw her in the movie, and I was like,
But she
"Oh
was-
yeah, that's right."
She was dead within the movie canon, right?
Well, but who cares? So I
Oh,
thought she
well,
was dead
I
in real
think
life.
so, and I don't know if that's that or the Resident Evil franchise, which has also, I believe, reached its 8th movie.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that Michelle Rodriguez has had this spanning career. Look how happy he is now that Paul Walker's dead.
He doesn't miss him at all.
He doesn't.
Well, no, he's mad at The Rock because apparently The Rock's stealing the franchise from him. That's
The
what
Rock is the most popular actor in the
Well,
world.
and it makes sense. The Rock is more famous and way more liked than Vin Diesel.
Yep.
And so he shouldn't hate The Rock. He should be friends with The
Also,
Rock.
I don't know I think The Rock is older than Vin Diesel, right? But he's in way better shape.
I think you're
Well,
right.
yeah,
He's way more jacked.
Yeah. And look, he's just a happier, nicer guy.
He's great.
He's just a happier
just
guy.
on
he's
top
gonna
of the
live
world.
forever. Yeah, it's kind of
He
crazy.
never stops working.
Well, so yeah, apparently there was like some on-screen or some off-screen
Oh yeah. Tension.
rivalries
Yeah.
and tension between The Rock and
You
Vin
know why,
Diesel.
right?
Like there's some diva-like attitudes
When
going
they're at
on.
the catering table, then the PA comes up to get one of them. He says, "Hey, The Rock," but it's Vin Diesel. You can't tell from behind; they look identical. And so they get pissed off because they keep getting referred to as each other, but they're not.
And they go, "Don't,
Oh, dang it!
don't! You're the Dwayne Johnson."
Yeah.
Except Vin Diesel. Oh, so a really funny part actually.
You guys gonna talk about the movie?
Yeah.
or-
There is
okay.
a part. There's a part where there's a bio. Well, Bruce and I will recap the entire movie in a
Please
second
do.
here.
Okay, here we go.
But there's a part where they have a bio for Dom, the character Dominic Toretto, and it says height 6'1".
Wait,
It's like that's not right.
They say that?
There was a part where like his, I don't know, his like itinerary
Like
came
on
up or
screen.
something.
I saw
like an
this
on-screen-
movie and I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember that.
I noticed the dumb little
The
things like
details.
that.
Like how they say Remy LeBeau in one of the X-Men movies.
His X2.
somewhere.
Oh, sure, whatever. Who
Yeah.
cares? All right, so here the movie starts. We'll do the plot summary right now.
Okay, so Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez are fugitives on the run. I didn't see the last movie, so I don't know where
doesn't
they
matter.
are.
Who cares?
Anyway, they're living in Cuba together.
Yes, they
Happy
are.
couple.
There's a street race. Vin Diesel, because he's trying to save his cousin or something, or Michelle Rodriguez's cousin.
Who knows?
And it doesn't matter. And then he saves his cousin. He befriends the local mafia boss with this race and says, "Hey, you know what? I won your car, but you can keep your car instead."
Just to clarify, too, during this race, Vin Diesel's cousin or Michelle Rodriguez's cousin was getting their car towed, and he said, "No, I'll race this car against your super fast car," because Vin Diesel said, it doesn't matter what kind of car it is.
He can win any
It's-
race.
I can win
Doesn't
any
matter
race.
how shitty of a car it is.
But he in doing so, he blows up the car and then flings it into the ocean. And the cousin's like, "Cool, thanks."
It blows up his own car.
But then Vin Diesel goes, "Here, take my car," and he
Right.
throws him the keys to like
Cool.
a pretty nice Corvette, and go, "Oh wow, but what if you didn't have a car?"
You still got to pay tax on that.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron shows up in Cuba and then shows him a cell phone and goes, "What about this? Join me." And he goes, "All right." And that's
What
it.
is it? You don't see what's on
You
the
don't
cell
see
phone?
what it is. I know. By the way, first thing I saw, I said baby. And I was all baby. And they
You
cut
must have
away.
been fun at the theater.
They cut away. They cut away, and then obviously he now has to betray The Rock and his team.
Well, now wait, hold on.
on the next job.
Hard cut to The Rock in what I assume is Hawaii, and he's approached by the government who says, "We need you for
Literally
one
the
last
government,
job."
by the way.
And he goes, "No, I'm done." And he goes, I think he shows him a phone. And he goes, "What about this?"
Baby.
This is his baby.
Baby.
And then he goes, "Okay." And so he calls Dom and goes, "Dom, I need for a mission." He goes, "You got it. See you there." And that's literally how the conversation goes.
So then they go on the mission. He betrays The Rock. And
his whole team, his
and
family.
his family is what they're known.
Yeah.
And he
As-
what were they stealing? An EMP or something?
Who cares?
I don't know.
And they steal the EMP. whatever.
Vin Diesel takes the MP, gives it to Charlize Theron.
So then the government goes, you got to find Vin Diesel because he's the bad guy now. And we know he's with Charlize Theron. And they use the God's Eye. They do a lot of back hacking and cross hacking.
So does Charlize Theron? Well, she just works for what, an underground criminal organization?
She's
the leader.
She is
of the underground criminal
Spectre or Cypher.
Cypher.
Her name is
That's
Cypher.
Okay. All right.
She's so badass. Not even anonymous will touch her. Is what they say in the film. They do.
Okay.
And then the way she basically avoids the government is she flies in a cargo plane all around the world.
Like Snowpiercer.
Kind of.
But with a plane.
But with
Like
a plane.
Icebreak?
But with a plane.
Yes.
But it's Wild Speed Icebreak.
But
Okay, so that's how she avoids the government.
Yes.
She doesn't have to land. It never refuels.
They never show that.
Okay, it's got infinity
well,
fuel.
and then God's Eye finds her, but oh my God, she's at the base.
Turns out she's at the base. They tracked her, but they found out right next door. She's in the house.
She breaks in.
Oh!
Yeah.
And she steals God's Eye. Is God's Eye a thing that was in previous
That was
movies?
it was in the previous one. I
was-
remember.
okay.
It was stupid. And then she pulls out a hard drive and says, I got God's Eye. And they walk out.
Yep.
Okay.
And so now they can't find
But
her.
then before they walk out, Charlie's saying,
Oh, they
yeah,
kiss.
they kiss.
they
Okay.
kiss. They kiss. And apparently Vin Diesel really liked it.
That happened. So
What happens after that? I don't remember.
So they just kind of look. Enter Clint Eastwood's son,
Okay.
Scott
Scott Eastwood, who is Kurt Russell's boy in training. And oh boy, is he not as cool as Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell's government.
He had about 2 days to film, and they knocked that out pretty quick.
Okay.
And Scott
Busy
Eastwood,
with other things, or
yeah.
Oh, he's stealing nuclear codes. That's right. This scene, he's out in the city stealing nuclear codes from New
Oh,
York.
okay. Back to New York. We traced Dom. We did.
all right. Okay.
I'm trying to get through it real fast here.
He was
yeah.
at the God's Eye, and now he's in New York stealing codes.
He's stealing
Yeah,
nuclear
yeah,
codes,
so-
but there's a cameo. Helen Mirren shows up. Helen Mirren is he owes Vin
Was she
Diesel
in
a
other
favor.
ones?
She is playing Jason Statham's mother.
Yes. And then so then they say, Helen, we need your help, and she goes, okay, you got it.
This is Vin Diesel?
Yeah,
Yes.
because he.
He knows that he needs to get away from Charlize Theron.
Yes.
Oh, he's okay.
And so he goes, the car broke down, but she can watch with ATMs and cell phones, but the angle is thus so perfect.
Don't drill down too deep into the plot here.
Well, I'm just saying
What?
because she's watching him at all times with God's Eye, I think. But he's got to break off for 5 minutes to fix the car. But I can't
so that's
see
when
him.
all the CG cars rain down on the car chase they're having.
Yes.
So then that's when they harpoon his car and he drives away.
Oh, because the
Well-
other people are chasing him.
Right.
The Rock is now.
The Rock
Well,
his team.
they finally get him, and he's pulling out, and they go, that car's got 3,000 horsepower. And they go, more like 4,000. And then it keeps going. They go, more like
6,000.
It just kept,
No, that's not a joke. That really happens in the movie. That really happens. They say it 3 times
Yeah.
for no reason.
it goes on for like 3 minutes. Like, okay, cool. But then he gets away, I guess. And then, all the car. Oh, the movie becomes Watch Dogs 2 at some point. Where
That's right. Yes. they do
every
have
car in the
things.
world now has auto drive. Whether
Even old 97 Corollas. I
Yeah.
made note of that. I was like, why is there a 97 Civic out there?
Yeah,
You
Prius
can modify it.
auto
now.
drive.
You
Hey.
modify it.
No, she turns on auto drive for all the cars around, and some of them are old.
The hardware's already there. It's just
All
an
right.
OS
Yeah,
update.
Hyundai, Sonatas, Civics. No one's safe
So then
Okay.
he steals the nuclear codes.
Everyone's safe.
from
but
the Russian prime minister or something.
something like that. But he kills Jason Statham because Jason Statham is there all of a sudden.
Okay.
Turns out Jason Statham his death was faked because Vin Diesel knew he was a good
Whoa,
guy.
slow down. We don't find that out for another 20 minutes.
But isn't Vin Diesel a bad guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is, but
But so is Jason Statham in the last movie.
they're good guys.
Okay,
And-
got it. I'm there.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
What?
The most important part in the cargo plane with Cypher, the reason she's got Vin Diesel by the balls is because she has his family behind bars on the cargo. Hey, James is yawning.
Who's his family? I thought his family was Fast and Furious.
That's the reveal.
Right.
He's got a wife and a son. He
Well,
didn't
Michelle
know about.
Rodriguez.
No.
Okay. I want to get meta here real fast. During this point in the movie, I think Lawrence was about 3 drinks in, one of which was a double.
Yeah.
And it was on my tab, and my eyes were just like,
Well, then you paid for your ticket.
I did. Yes. Well, oh boy. So when they revealed the baby, Lawrence started crying.
Oh, because he was laughing.
He was laughing so hard. And I kind of looked over at the other guy, and he's looking at Lawrence, and I'm looking at Lawrence.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But I think I heard him say, like, he said something about the necklace. He's like, the baby's got a necklace. And I think
Oh, you
he
think
thought
Lawrence has insight into
Maybe.
I think
cares what
he
Lawrence
thought,
is thinking at this
I think
point.
he thought that the baby had like the Toretto necklace, which is a giant crucifix.
Oh yeah, well that's what happens with babies.
They get necklaces.
I didn't see it. Maybe he did, but he was so far gone.
So anyway,
Bless
he's
him.
got Vin Diesel by the
Okay,
balls. Sorry,
yes.
I'm trying to get through this real fast.
Sorry, yeah.
Vin Diesel by the balls. They kill his wife.
Not yet.
Wait,
She
which wife?
never pops out. She never comes out of the cell. They only show her behind. She's like a zoo exhibit. They only show her behind the wall
Okay,
over
all right.
twice, and then Cypher's like, "I'll show you. I mean business." And then they shoot his wife, and then and then the son is just left. The little baby is just left
Yeah.
on his own, right?
But which?
So-
which is the? When was the wife?
the wife, again,
You
just
don't know in the
appears-
franchise when that happened.
Well,
No,
I think
but
it
I'm-
was two movies ago, 3 movies.
Well, I mean, in the very first movie, he's with Michelle Rodriguez,
Yeah.
right? They've
no,
been
but
a couple
he
for
meets
a
a
long
blonde
time.
woman.
In a movie,
Her name's,
or
I think her name's her name's Helena.
I think.
wanna say.
Well, that's a line from the movie where Vin Diesel goes, "I think her name's Helena."
Yeah, no. So then,
Oh, okay.
know.
so
All right, okay.
again, 2 scenes. One scene they show her with the boy, and he goes Helena, and then the next scene they shoot her in the head.
Okay, all right.
She's gone.
She also had a data film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in and out, real quick.
So then after that, what happens is basically Jason Statham and Helen Mirren team up to save the baby from the cargo plane, which results in a fantastic scene, about 20 minutes of Jason Statham doing flips with a what do you little
It's
call
only
it?
a little baby carriage.
baby
thing.
a baby holder, and
Yeah.
the baby's in it, and he's shooting guys with the baby.
Oh.
And it's great. It's
Oh,
a
because
great
he's
guy.
alive. He and his brother, played by Luke Evans,
I forget.
I think.
Yeah.
Who was the bad guy in the?
He's got
Yep,
a
okay, got it.
Lawrence and I had this conversation, and he
Anyways,
was explaining to me.
They were bad guys and killed thousands of people in the last movie, and now they're fine.
Now they're good guys.
Totally fine,
though.
we're good.
They're fine.
All right.
Everything's good. Regardless, then while all of this is happening, Cypher breaks a submarine out of a Russian base.
Okay.
Tries to fire off a nuclear missile, fails because it's got backhacked by the Cypher. Or no, backhacked by Furious crew.
Okay.
And
Which one of them is the hacker?
You watch Game of Thrones?
Missandei.
You,
okay,
Daenerys
yeah.
is like right hand
Yeah,
lady.
Missandei.
She's the hacker.
She's got-
and
she's
but
got
so
nice
is
boobs.
Ludacris.
And she's
Ludacris
got
also
nice boobs.
hacker.
She has fantastic boobs. And she goes, "Damn, she's good," like that. She says that at least twice.
There's a lot of like, she's hacking me. Stopped her. Oh no, she's in.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But
At least they show women can use computers.
Charlize Theron is remote controlling the sub. And then there's a scene where like, we got to get that sub out of there because it's got the nuke. It's never really even made clear why she wants a nuke, other than she's like, I just want it.
She says something about how she wants to.
Well, she says like, I'll make them
Apocalypse.
pay, but it's
I don't
not
know.
clear what she wants to make them pay
Who
for.
cares? Whatever.
So there becomes a race where the subs got to get out from under the ice before the cars chase it.
Gets out of the base.
So the cars are driving fast, and then the sub's going fast, but it's unclear what the cars will do to the sub.
Okay.
So
And then it ends.
And then they beat it.
They beat the submarine
Well-
with cars.
Well,
Vin Diesel
Diesel
turns its weapons against it, proving that car beats sub.
car beats sub.
So
How? So
A heat
he's
seeker missile's fired at Vin Diesel, but what he does is he
Smart.
drifts in the air behind the sub. The heat seeker
That's
hits
smart.
it. Boom.
Yeah.
that's situational awareness.
Yeah,
Yes.
and Charlize Theron's just like
Yep.
she was so cold and calculated, and then it didn't work.
But she gets away, by the way.
She hops
doesn't
off.
die.
She hops
Okay.
off a plane.
She's still alive.
Oh, she's still out there.
Cypher's still
Yeah.
alive.
What happened to The Rock? Why does he go to jail?
The Rock goes to jail because.
So when he works for the government, when he works for the government,
jail. Oh
yeah, because he's off
That's
the
right.
books, and they're like, we need to go do this, but if you do it,
So the government asked him to participate in a secret mission.
They disavow.
But they have to
But
disavow.
why does it show his family?
what?
Who?
You said they showed The Rock a picture of a baby.
No, that was a joke.
Oh.
Also-
they just told him to do it?
But The Rock does have a daughter in the movie. They show that.
Yeah,
They show his daughter.
that's true.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, they disavow knowledge of The Rock, and that's why when he fails the mission, gets betrayed, he goes to jail.
Gotcha.
Then he has to fight Jason
Before he
Statham.
goes to
Jason Statham's
jail,
there.
Kurt
That's 'cause
Russell,
he's already in jail. He's bad.
right? But Kurt Russell goes, "Hey, if you want to get out of jail, let me." He goes, "No, I'll get out on my own."
Yes, he does.
And then
He
Kurt
does
Russell
say
lets him out of jail. He goes, "I told you I'd do it on my own."
that. Yes, he does.
But thank you. Also, Jason Statham comes now, and they're friends.
Got it.
so do you want to see it?
I think I already did. It's as clear as day, right in my head, every single moment.
It's about as comprehensible as we just described.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's better than the 7th movie because the 7th movie is total garbage.
is that the last one?
This is my point
I
where I
didn't see it.
remind everybody that I've only seen the first one, and then I've seen the third one, Probably about 15 times.
Tokyo Drift.
Tokyo Drift. Those are the only two.
All
We
right.
did the marathon at Lawrence's house, and
Yep.
all he started it very late.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm just gonna come late, so that way when I get there, it'll already be the ones I've seen.
Yep.
He started it late, and I arrived right at the start of the third one. Started the third one again, and then everyone was like, "Let's go to the pool."
Yep.
So then we went to the pool, and then when we came back, it was like 11 o'clock, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna go home," and that's just as it was starting the other ones that I hadn't seen yet. So
Lawrence forced us to watch the fourth one. He forced us to.
which he said was bad.
No,
Right.
it's bad. It's bad. It's
That's
bad.
what he said
It
is
works
bad.
your way up to the fifth. I guess there's a whole MCU going on here. Who
cares?
There's Han.
It's an FU.
It's
It's a fast universe.
either way, just like to remind everyone that this the series started with them stealing DVD players, and now they're stopping nuclear subs.
See, and
and
that means you can be
people
anything.
prefer it this way. So
They do prefer it this way. It's
Yeah.
made $500 million.
it's funny because this was pretty much what almost killed James Bond, but it works very well for the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah.
So
They're
that's
finding the
true.
right thing.
That's a good point.
yeah, I mean, it pretty much is a James Bond film with an ensemble. It's
Mm-hmm.
like it's a weird mix of 90s James Bond and Mission
Well,
Impossible.
I was gonna say if John Woo had just kept directing Mission Impossible, it would be Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So what do you guys give it? What's your review? Your final score?
Ooh.
How many gears? How many
Gears.
speeds?
So you can go, what, up to 7 speeds in a car, maybe? Maybe
Well,
even
it
8?
can be whatever car you want to be. It could be a semi if you want.
I give it a 4 Paul Walker Wakes out of 11.
Oh,
I was going to give it, I'm going to give it 3 speeds out of 6.
okay. That's not bad.
This is a movie that is, I always say this, it's worth watching once in the theater.
Okay.
Don't see it on a plane or on a television.
Paul Waker.
Because
You had it originally.
it's a waste of your time if you see it on a small screen.
Okay.
Because you don't get the full effect. The movie's so dumb, you're gonna think it's stupid on a small screen. So don't
What
see
if
that.
what if you go watch it on a small screen for free, but you have
That
to
might
pay
be worth it.
$15?
That
on a
might
big
be worth
screen?
it.
Maybe. I don't think it's worth your time if you could do something else.
Interesting.
You know what? If you find joy in this franchise,
Yeah.
God be with you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, power to you all
right.
for finding enjoyment in something. Because God knows I'm having a hard time.
Look, I have found it enjoyable in the sense that it was stupid. So like Marvel makes movies that I know are kind of like, oh, those are sort of dumb. Like dumb things happen. Everything is dumb in this movie. Every single thing that happens. It
commits.
Stupid. It's stupid, but yeah, it commits.
Okay.
Well, at this point, we have reached the halfway point, so I want to remind you that this episode, Filmhouse, brought to you by Mac Weldon, which I can guarantee is better than anything you are wearing right now. You guys are wearing your
I am wearing
my
Mac
Mac
Weldon underwear.
Weldons, yeah.
There we
I'm
go.
not.
Yeah,
I'm wearing no underwear at all.
Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Well, we can fix that problem, Bruce. Mac Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. It's one of the easiest online experiences ever. You click it, you want it, there you go. I wore a polo last time. If you remember,
Yep.
I do.
Everyone
that was an
does.
easy shirt.
Called you
That was-
Dad Kovic.
That was beautiful.
yeah, that's
I wore my
right.
pants, got my underwear, got my socks. Pretty much every part of my life has become Mac Weldon. They're actually really liberal with our ad reads too, and they said if we wanted to do like a bit or like a skit, we could. We don't have to.
Skit.
I don't know. Do you want to do it like Vin
I
Diesel?
haven't written a skit.
Well, okay. Here's like a situation like Vin Diesel wants to go buy some new socks for Paul Walker's wake.
Okay.
So, and
So he
he's
needs
like,
something dressy but comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah. And so he's on his computer, and then he's trying to find it, and then.
but he's getting backhacked by Cypher.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then the
Cypher.
naked girl from Game of Thrones goes
On a
like,
Sunday.
I can do it, and I can get you a discount code. All you have to do, Vin, is
Use code Filmhouse to get 20% off if you go to MacWeldon.com. That was good.
yeah, like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a couple other notes here. Mac Weldon does. They want you to be comfortable, so if you don't like your first pair, you can keep it, and they will still refund you, no questions asked. That's a big plus there. So not only does Mac Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, they perform so well too. Very good for working out, good for just lounging, all that fun stuff. We love it. So yes, please go to MacWeldon.com to get 20% off using promo code Filmhouse. That's the one.
Oh yeah, Filmhouse. H-A-U-S. Film. H-A-U-S.
Yes, that is correct.
FILM
H-A-U-S.
That is correct.
HAUS.
I'm not wearing my glasses. Sometimes it's hard to read. Anyway, hey, Vin Diesel can do it. So can you. Vin Diesel does not endorse
May
this
not wear
product.
We don't.
underwear.
Yeah,
He
we
may
don't know
not.
if he's
We
done
don't
that.
know.
We don't know.
We have a
We'll
lot
just
of-
assume that he did.
But there's plenty of other things you can get. So maybe we wear the sweatpants.
or the shirts. The shirts are
or the
real nice.
shirts.
I like
We
those
have,
V-necks.
we have a lot of questions. Well, we padded most of the show with celebrity deaths and.
You said you had some Netflix news.
I do have one bit of Netflix news. It's
Okay.
not really a big thing.
Let me hear it.
Well, so Netflix is close to 100 million subscribers by the time this airs.
Holy shit.
They will have 100 million subscribers. Do you want to know how much that is a month?
I mean, you can kind of do the math.
It's $100
$1 billion.
$1 billion a month?
They're making $1 billion a month.
So they were
Getting like League of Legends money now.
people were saying like they're going to spend 7 or 8 billion on content over the year.
Yeah,
And
and
I
they
was
were
like,
like-
holy shit, that's crazy. And they didn't care at all
They didn't
because
give two shits
because they knew.
Yeah.
They knew.
So
It's like necessary now. It's like the new cable.
It is
insane.
Well, it's crazy. So think about it this way. Studios dumped in $250,000 into Fate of the Furious.
Right.
And it did its thing, and it's going to probably make $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. No, it'll cross $1 billion for
All
sure.
that fun stuff. Netflix just needs to wait the month out, and they will have that money.
That's insane.
Well, don't
then-
diminish what they do.
No, God,
They
no.
license a lot of stuff. They spend a lot of money to. You got to spend.
Spend
you
money
got to
to make
spend a
money.
lot of money to make that billion. But
No, it's true.
It is not. I remember back when Netflix first started streaming, and I think you could barely watch The Office in like 360p. I was like, oh, this looks like ass. But hey, it's probably the future. And here we are where I think other than Lawrence, does anyone else even do the DVD style where you order DVDs?
I canceled that.
I don't know.
I never use it.
I canceled the DVD, but I did upgrade to 4K.
Oh.
Oh, because you're
Was it $1?
I think it was like $2 or something because I had the slower plan of just streaming only, and then I upgraded to the 4K plan.
Oh.
either way. I think it's just important. I think just from a cultural perspective, I know Netflix isn't available in all regions and all different countries, and it's different based in different locations. But man, oh man, if you didn't believe streaming was the future, welcome to it.
Yeah.
because this is where it's headed.
I reviewed the very first Netflix box for Attack of the Show.
Was it a
I watched
Roku?
Boondock Saints. Yeah, it was a Roku.
Yeah.
I watched Boondock Saints, and I went, that was really cool.
Was a
I
firefight.
was like, I had never seen that movie before, and I was like, that's really neat that I could watch it whenever I wanted to.
Yeah.
But did you say the Boondock Saints or the Boondocks?
Boondock
Boondock
Saints.
Saints.
Oh yeah, man. It used to
You
be
ever
Slim
watch the
Pickens.
sequel, All Saints Day?
I never saw Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. I did not.
We're saving that for another film review.
That'll be a later film house.
Oh, okay.
Should be that and Planet 51.
Oh yeah, we got to watch Planet
I'm
51.
not watching that movie.
What? Why wouldn't you watch Planet 51?
I mean, you guys can watch. You tell me how it is. How about you give me the plot synopsis for Planet 51?
People don't know what we're talking about.
No, they don't.
By now,
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
Shit.
They do not.
We've been recording a lot of stuff this week. We're gearing for Let's Play Live, so spoiler.
Not really.
I don't know.
Not really.
We just did a demo disc.
It's gonna be on the brain though.
Either way, so that really was it. It was just kind of industry news. It's pretty funny that we're still watching stuff in theaters, but that window is getting shorter and shorter. I've always found that pretty fascinating. That like you see a billboard, and that billboard will still be up by the time that movie's out on Blu-ray or some sort of streaming service, and it's just like freaking Zootopia came out and was on Netflix within a year, and then won an Academy Award. Like it's just getting shorter and shorter. So
The
I
summer
don't know.
movie season's starting up,
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
getting started.
We got Guardians soon.
Guardians
Oh.
is gonna kick it off.
How
May
about
5th.
we end with that? What is your most look forwarded to movie coming out?
In the
this-
summer or in the year?
How about just say the summer?
All right, the
Let's
summer.
see. Here, let's
bring
do-
up the list of
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
So we
coming
got
out.
Guardians.
Summer movies.
We got
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Thor.
We got Thor's in November. We got what else is there? The Mummy. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, let's say when does so let's say May. This is when it starts to get real.
Yep, that's when it gets
King
May
Arthur.
5th.
We got Guardians. We got King Arthur.
Baywatch.
We got Alien Covenant.
a Wonder Woman.
Ooh,
Justice
Alien.
League.
What's Snatched?
Snatch.
The sequel to Snatch?
I don't know what is it.
All right. No, Wonder Woman, yeah.
Pirates,
the Mummy.
Transformers last night.
Transformers last night. I'm not going to see that.
Baby Driver.
Oh yeah,
Actually.
Baby Driver should be good.
That's not gonna be a blockbuster.
Despicable Me 3.
Why didn't they call it Despicable 3? Spider-Man.
War for the Planet of the Apes might be.
Valerian and the City of the
Valerian.
Thou- I'm-
Valerian.
Valerian could end up being my movie of the summer or my biggest disappointment.
No.
It's the only thing that I'm like, I can see myself walking out and going, it could have been so cool.
Yeah.
Atomic Blonde. I've heard good things about. I'm actually avoiding all previews for it.
What about the Emoji Movie? Have you heard good things about that?
Excuse me.
The Dark Tower. I forgot that that's coming out.
Yeah,
Now we're kind of
a lot of people did.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Most hopeful for Valerian. Probably most genuinely excited for the Mummy.
There's another Resident Evil movie.
Wait, yeah, there is. When does Justice League come out?
Wait.
That's probably like a made for. That's probably
Okay,
like
this is like a
CG one,
CGI.
yeah.
Oh, that,
When does Justice League come out? How come it's not on here?
Isn't that next year?
Is it next
It's
year?
right here.
Oh,
November.
there it is. November.
Oh, it's around with
boy.
Thor.
Oh, man,
Thor's
this is gonna be
destroy it.
I was gonna say that's gonna be really interesting.
When Thor 3 beats Justice League.
I don't know if it'll beat it. I think Justice League will still win opening weekend, but you'll see what happens when you force it, and then when you kind of let it happen naturally over time.
Alien Covenant too. That's right. There's another movie. I still think, unfortunately, bad for me, Guardians is the one I'm looking forward to the most.
I think it's gonna be the best one out of all these.
and it's unfortunately at the very beginning of the summer, which means I don't have much of a summer.
You get it
left.
over with.
This is actually the movie I'm most excited for. It comes at night. I think it's going to be a sleeper hit. It's a horror movie in the summer. Not people know a lot about it. The teaser is actually really fucking good.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, that's actually the winner.
Cars 3.
Cars.
It's the
is
gritty-
that coming
the
out?
gritty reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
June 16th.
Fuck, this actually might be a really good year for movies. Damn, that's good.
You're looking at the same.
What are you talking about?
This is how it looks every summer, though.
But
does,
then we're
It's no
coming up on
different.
Blade Runner 2, which should be good.
Oh, well, we'll see.
Baby
Where is
Driver
that?
is
I
gonna
don't
be
see
awesome.
that
It's not-
in
it's
the
not
It's not
summer.
the summer.
Yeah,
it's
so-
right there. It's right at the edge. October.
Oh, Jumanji.
And a new Cloverfield's gonna pop up at some point.
What?
The real question is, how many of these have The Rock in it? Jumanji's has The Rock in it.
Making another Creed?
Creed 2?
Oh boy, he's back.
The first Creed was good.
It was.
Yeah, but just
Did
let
it
it
need a
end there.
sequel?
No. War for the Planet of the Apes. I'm looking forward to that movie. It'll be good.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't
I'm.
get it. It went Dawn.
Dawn.
No, it went
Oh, no.
Rise.
Rise of the Planet
and then
Dawn.
Dawn.
Which doesn't make any sense.
And then War.
The dawn happens before the sun rises. Doesn't
true.
make any
You're
sense.
right.
I just have an overall issue with a movie having the of the in there twice.
Rise of
Yes,
the Planet of the
yes.
Apes.
Rise
it's
of the
bad.
planet of the. Like,
Also, I have issue with the movie about apes where they just walk around like people.
It's got Andy Serkis in it, guys.
Yeah, I know. And he just acts like Andy Serkis now.
So what?
Caesar now speaks English and stands upright.
I know, he's a
What
great-
is that?
he's a
it's
great
just Andy
actor.
Serkis. Now they have to cover. They should just let it be Andy Serkis. Oh, Caesar's hair fell out. It happens to look like Andy Serkis. And then they could say, I'll save you $50 million on CG. There.
He's a great actor. I'm looking forward to that.
well, if you guys feel like we missed a hot movie coming this summer,
King Arthur,
Baywatch.
Legend of the Sword. Oh.
you let us know in the comments
This,
below.
this feels like good because the density isn't so much that you're going to get exhausted because not every single weekend you'll go. Like, I'm not going to go see Baywatch, but I might because they don't go see Baywatch. I might go see Pirates because it'll been a while since I've been there.
Ugh.
I think you
Yeah,
could.
that's okay. It's been a while. It's been long enough.
You tell me how
Got
it is.
Javier Bardem.
You tell me how it is. I'm
got-
looking forward to your review.
They got what's his face back? Orlando Bloom.
Who?
Yeah, he was in it.
Is Johnny Depp in
Is
it?
it? Yeah, it's Johnny Depp and young Johnny Depp.
And young Johnny Depp.
They got them both.
Wow.
One price.
So with all of that, thanks again for watching and or listening to another episode of Funhaus. We always enjoy making these. Thank you, Mac Weldon, for sponsoring said episode, and we'll catch you guys the next time. I need like a good out.
Say a good movie out.
Okay.
Yeah, say like a good-
We'll catch you guys in the lobby.
We'll see you guys at the bottom of the popcorn hole.
That's it.
Here's looking at you.
See you next time at the box office.
Al. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Funhaus.
Where's Lawrence?
I don't know. He's in the bathroom or something. This is the podcast where we talk about things film. We're not funny. It's just informative because that's what we do here. We're just informational.
Why was
people.
this? Why was the filmmaker so insufferable to be around?
I would